me try here. Sorry, I'm at a different table today, so I'm having to adjust my camera. Rochelle just sent me a video she did about all of the immature things that we like and how they're not always appropriate for 27-year-olds. And actually she forgot some stuff, and I'm sure that both of our lists don't even hit the tip of the iceberg. But anyway, I just wanted to do like a rebuttal and share a couple of things that she forgot. If you hear clicking and whining, that's my dog. It's really windy here today. It's the first day of spring. Oops, let me just throw my ink pen. You know, March windy, so he's spazzing out a little bit. And if I can get him to hold still, I might show him to you later. But anyway, the first thing that she forgot, and maybe this is something I enjoy more than she does, but we have a lot of fun with puppets. When we worked at the library, we used to make them sing songs to each other. And I always, every time that we go to Greensboro, I always buy a puppet and generally use it to annoy the crap out of Rochelle on the way home, whether it be singing or refusing to answer anything she says unless it's speaking through the puppet. So yeah, that's pretty immature. Another thing that we love are tacky decorations. I'm really into tacky Easter decorations right now. I might show you some of mine here in a minute if we have time. But she and I love tacky Christmas decorations. Anything like holiday, the tackier the better. I think there's a time and a place for white Christmas lights and stuff, but that place is not in my house. I prefer glitter, excess, the tackier the better. So the next thing is dressing like pirates. We, for whatever reason, it seems like anytime she and I have an occasion to dress up, we always end up dressed up like pirates. We're really into pirates, pirate folklore. She got me a bunch of cool pirate stuff for Christmas. And when I go to Disney World this October, the thing I promised that I would bring back for her is a pirate Mickey Mouse hat. So I'm really excited about the whole Pirates of the Caribbean ride and all that good stuff. And I think I talked a little bit in one of our other videos about OPI in May is coming out with the Pirates of the Caribbean collection, and it looks really awesome, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, we had a day at work where it was like a day where the kids that we work with could dress up in costume. Of course, for that we were pirates, and when we worked for the library for story time, we found multiple occasions to dress up like pirates and wear them out into town. We have no shame, so that was pretty fun. And there's actually a video that we're working on trying to get posted where we both talk about all the famous guys we have crushes on in our pirate outfits, so it's pretty good. The next thing is children's television. This one's kind of embarrassing, but Rochelle and I both have certain kids shows that we like, and I was a huge Mr. Rogers fan. That was like my thing, and I grew up, my age group was more like Mr. Rogers and Eureka's Castle, Under the Umbrella Tree, Dumbo Circus was a good one, Blinky Bill. I loved Mapletown. Some of you younger people are going to be like, what are you talking about? Gullah Island, which I still watch sometimes on YouTube. Allegra's Window. But gosh, yeah, I mean, there's still some kids programs that I really enjoyed watching, working as a nanny with the kids that I sit for. I mean, I watch, like, Dora's okay. I don't like that it's so repetitive. Like, once Nickelodeon started, and I understand being a teacher, why they you know, it's good to have repetition for kids with the Blue's Clues and the Dora, but as a 27-year-old adult, which I guess isn't their demographic, it gets old pretty fast. So yeah. But if you look in our Netflix queue, all the videos that are mine are either like old classic sitcoms from the 50s and 60s or kids TV. So yeah. And I mean, she was right on the money about the Disney. My favorite Disney movie is 101 Dalmatians. I love Robin Hood. I love both versions of Alice in Wonderland. There's very few Disney things that I haven't liked. I didn't like Black Cauldron because it scared the crap out of me. There's just something, I mean, with all those like demons jumping out, everything, like even as an adult, it just kind of freaks me out. It's kind of like, Well, it's almost like the show To Catch a Predator. Like, it's slightly entertaining, but at the same time, like, horrific. I sort of feel like that's sort of where we're at with Black Cauldron. But anyway, I'm rambling. The next thing is when we worked at the library, one of the things that we really enjoyed doing was we started kind of getting into YouTube in the afternoons, and we first did it with the purpose of reviewing videos that we were going to order for the library, and then it escalated into this, like, watching perverted versions of fairy tales. Like, we found this version of Little Red Riding Hood called A Company of Wolves, and there's like some sweet love making in it, and the guy morphs into a wolf, kind of similar to the way Angelica Houston turned into the witch in Roald Dahl's The Witches movie. But yeah, for whatever reason, like, the looking up the perverted fairy tales, just, we really thought that was a good time. But anywho, we also are not very mature in the fact that when tragedy strikes, we can't handle it very well. Like, when my mother died, of course, you know, it was a really devastating time in my life, but I tend to use humor as a defense mechanism. And so Rochelle and I were out one time, and we were talking about my mom for whatever reason. And I made the comment that if my mom had used her karate, which that's an old inside joke, she would have made it. And we just started cracking up and, like, actually offended some of the people we were with because they thought we weren't taking death very seriously. But we're the type of people that laugh at a funeral, and we tend to not be able to handle things. Like, when we hear on TV, on the news, about people, you know, like, getting several of their limbs or the eye blown out, like, rather than feel bad, we laugh. So that's maybe what we need to work on. We also love stickers, and we mainly consist on a diet that is of French fries, candy, and soda. I'm a big Dr. Pepper fan. I'm a Southern girl too, and Rochelle is too. We both love our tea, and we both love our lemonade, so, like, that's probably 99.9% of what I drink. We also like going to Build-A-Bear. We've done that several times and had a good time. Actually, if I was employed right now, I would make her go with me and make the little sheeps and the rabbits for Easter that they have at Build-A-Bear. We love bathroom humor. We're always talking about poop and farting and stuff, so we're kind of like little boys in that way. And then the next thing we like, I actually have examples for these. I love silly bands. I have like 200 or 300 silly bands at home. A lot of them I traded with kids, but I mean, I'll be honest with you and say a lot of them I bought for myself. And some of the kids in the class I used to work with, they made the comment that Miss Anderson has more silly bands than any kid in school. And that's probably true. These are the spring ones. It's like a flower and a chicken and some different things. And then Rochelle has some really cool Harry Potter silly bands if you're into that. And then another thing we like is like anything themed, anything that has a theme to it. And so right now I'm really loving that Bath & Body Works keeps coming out with all these themed lip glosses. And especially if it's seasonal. Like right now, this isn't Bath & Body Works, but I have Philosophy's Jelly Bean for Easter, and it's really good. It smells just like the shower gel. And then they also just came out with like a royal collection for the royal wedding, and I got a couple of those. And they're really good. And then, of course, I have to have my seasonal. I'm actually going, after I make this video, to the mall to get the new Country Chic, which I have the bottle from their fragrance event they had Saturday, where they were giving out free ones, and it smells amazing. If you like Twilight Woods, this is like an even better version of Twilight Woods, and it wears even better. Like throughout the day, to me, it just keeps smelling better and better. So I think this is actually one of my favorite scents that they've ever put out. So I've been really excited about it. And then I got my theme lip gloss. I think I showed you this before. It makes me think of that video from Alabama where they find the leprechaun. Anybody seen a leprechaun? Say yeah! If you haven't seen that, YouTube Alabama leprechaun. It's one of the funniest freaking things I've ever seen. But anywho, and the next thing is, we're into singamajigs right now. Here comes Peter Cottontail, which I had him sing to you in another video, which hopefully will be posted today. We love that. And then too, we're big crafters. We both end up making silly crafts. And I saw, Happy Easter, that's right. I saw a project in Country Living magazine where they were taking little discs like this. They're like 29 cents from Michael's and gluing things on them. You glue like a sheep and some flowers and obviously not this whole thing because that's just tacky. And make a little pin. And then another thing we like is we really like seasonal events. Like I've been hoping to get her to go get a picture with the Easter Bunny with me this year. We meant to last year and something happened with work and we weren't able to go. But we really like, Easter is my favorite holiday, so I go all out. I've got my Easter coloring book and everything. And I was looking in the most recent issue of Martha Stewart, who I love, and if you don't know that already, you'll be sure to find out throughout the course of us making videos. And she shows an Easter egg hunt. I mean, and we just love that kind of stuff. We used to have those things at the library, like movie days and treasure hunts and stuff, and I think we had as much fun with it as the kids did. So I'm really hoping to try to talk her into going and getting her picture with the Easter Bunny, but she says that makes us look like a couple, and I'm kind of like, I don't really see the big deal about all that, but apparently it weirds her out. So anywho, I hope you're having a good day, and I will try to get a video up this afternoon of some more of the Country Chic products and some of Bath & Body Works Easter stuff. So see you later. Bye.